I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Sanke.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Wednesday. I'm with half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we got a phenomenal guest in the building. #1 contender, top ranked boxer in Streetbeefs West Coast. We have the one, the only, the Protestant in the building.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And shoot, man, we had you on a while back, man, when I believe you were prepping for the Vampiro fight, correct?
Yep, that was yeah, that was the last time I was on the show.
Yeah, man, that was what, about a year ago?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, close to a year ago, actually. Yep.
And
It was
you've been
last
on a
summer.
run, an undefeated run, man. You want to talk to us about that fight and then anything else?
Oh, the Vampiro fight?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, man, the Vampiro fight was it was what I expected. He was a high output fighter, puncher. Um, I didn't expect the power from him. So, I wasn't getting, it wasn't hurting me as much, but it was a good war, man. We went all 3 rounds. Um, he had a lot of heart. He took a lot of punishment. We both did, and yeah, man, I'm surprised we went 3 rounds. I wasn't prepared for that.
that was crazy. I was gonna ask if you were surprised some of your shots didn't put him down. There's a couple that hit where I'm like,
Yeah,
how is he still standing?
that's what I thought after the first 10-second um, not the knockdown, but
The 8 count.
yeah, the 8 count. I thought it was gonna be done after that, but he was able to weather out the storm.
Yeah, it really was a kind of a surprise because you've kind of built this reputation without knowing of kind of being one of those guys who gets his opponent out of the ring. You know, your TKO percentage is pretty high, and to Vampiro's credit, you know, that's a tough dude because he did not quit.
Yeah, he had a he had a he had heart, man. He had heart. He has heart. So uh, he would be actually a good sparring partner.
Hmm, yeah. And
Man,
speaking of high finish percentages, he had fought another fighter, El Coyote, who he also went the distance with. And speaking of El Coyote, it seemed like that was the fighter you had your eyes set on, at least based off of what I had seen prior. But it seems like you may have switched things up. What's going on? Are we still going for that or what?
Y- I was, yeah, I was. I remember I was wanting to go for a coyote, and then, because I guess he does have art like the belt, the one, what is it, light heavyweight or
The lightweight,
featherweight,
the
the
lightweight.
lightweight, yeah. So I figured, yeah, I mean, I'll just go take that, fight him for it. But then, I remember they posted something about another belt that was a division lower than that one, and I tried to focus on getting that one. Took my focus off Coyote and tried to go for that one, but we couldn't find well, we had a fight lined up with Blanco, but he came in overweight,
Hmm.
so we couldn't fight for the belt. And now I guess we're switching back to a Coyote because we can't find another fighter for that belt, I guess.
I had heard Free Smoke had mentioned in the live with 619 the other day that you'd be fighting Sad Lee for that belt.
Yeah, that's another fighter that I wanted to fight against and possibly, fight for the belt. But I just heard some stuff that he wasn't ready for it, ready to fight. So I'm not sure where he's at right now. But if he comes back, then I would be down for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun fight to watch. I mean, but man, I gotta see you in El Coyote, man. Because I mean, El Coyote is one of my guys, one of my top picks. Man, I was watching. I think was your most recent fight versus Jack Jack.
No, my recent fight, I don't think it's come out yet, but it was against
Weapon M.
Weapon M. Yeah, Weapon M.
That's right, I forgot because we had him on the podcast. I don't know if I want to spoil that. Well, we can talk about that fight in a second. What's up, Bolo?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we talked about it last week with him.
That's true.
It's
That's
not a
true.
spoiler.
No, because I was just gonna say, I felt like with you've been with training and you have the full-fledged tank team. But I felt like with that fight with Jack Jack, I felt like I was witnessing a faster level of speed and precision when it came to your punches. Like you were up here, but I felt like I just witnessed you just take it to a different level, and I was just like, hold on a minute. I mean, do you feel like you could recognize that speed and that precision as well? Like, do you feel it when you're throwing your punches and stuff, or?
Yeah, for that fight, I did feel more crisp and light on my feet. Um, I'm not sure if it was because he was also a boxer, because I can tell, when they're actual seasoned boxers or not, and I could tell he was a seasoned boxer. So maybe that just helped my mind engage into like more of a technical fight instead of a war, kind of brawl fight. I think that's what kind of did it. And I just basically went into box. And when you go into box, you're not worried about the knockout, the power. You look better. You feel better. Your punches come out more crispier, more clean, more technical. When you're in there just to box.
Yeah, that was a hell of a fight, hell of a finish. That's the Protestant versus Jack Jack. For those who haven't seen it, go check that out.
Bolo, you just getting off training right now?
Yes, sir. What's up?
What's up, bro?
How are y'all? Sorry, I'm a little late.
Oh, we good. It's all good.
And are you over there at Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes, sir. Hold on. I don't know how to turn my camera around on here, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Dang, getting to work with the good team.
Yes, sir. Staying busy, man. Making sure not to skip too many days, Coming back a little more motivated since taking a loss. So
It happens. It happens.
Who did
And
you fight? Because I only saw that one fight with you and Earthworm Jim. I only saw that fight.
some Ukrainian dude start with a V something. I don't know. I never heard of him, to be honest. my original partner pulled out, shit his pants or something. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah,
It
my
happened.
fight got switched up like 3 different times, so I ended up fighting him. I think he went to like straight. Where was it? 10th Planet. He trained at 10th Planet. It's a good fight though, good dude for sure.
I might have a picture. That was crazy. They were really seasoned, and yeah, he was one of those dudes speaking Russian, right?
Yes. Good
Yeah,
fight.
they showed up and they showed out. But I mean, we gonna see you this month. I mean, I see the future champ underneath your name right there.
I don't think I'm gonna be back this month. I'm giving myself some time. I gotta cut a good amount of weight. There's no reason. 220 like is what I fought at. That's like the heaviest I ever been. So I usually healthy. I'm usually around like 190, 180. So I'm gonna just dedicate some time to cutting some weight, and I'm gonna come back and fight in the weight class I belong in.
And that's smart, man. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fighters who aren't fighting in their proper weight class, and they're suffering because of it. So
Yeah,
very
not
smart.
definitely. I mean, I like it because I feel like I'll have a little bit of speed, but that power with somebody who's actually that weight is like
Yeah.
it's crazy. So if I can hold on to if I can hold on to some of that power, I think I'll be straight.
Yeah. So I was gonna say real quick before we jump back to the Protestant, because I had another question for him afterwards. I want to talk about your Earthworm Jim debut, because not only was that a phenomenal debut, but I remember at the beginning where you were talking about head kicks and he seemed a little surprised. I saw you throw like one, but after that I saw you really attacking his legs, his body, and was that because of his reaction and you were like kind of like, okay, I'll just kick you in the body, or?
I think it was more of I went for a head kick because I was kind of desperate to land it. Um, I kind of just felt like I had to show that I could actually land a head kick, but I ended up slipping and falling on my ass. Got embarrassed, especially after he told me to get up. So I was like, "Fuck that! I'm about to just beat him the fuck up." Honestly, that was my thought. I was just embarrassed, and I was like, "I'm not throwing a head kick again." I had so much adrenaline, I felt like I wasn't able to really like work technique. I was just really, I was really just like, what's that? No idea. I was really just it's just adrenaline, really. I was just fighting off of adrenaline.
Hey, well, you got the finish. That's for sure. You know.
Yeah. I just wish, honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but I wish he would have stuck in there, just because when when he had fell, I was thinking like, oh shit, here goes the fight. Thinking like, okay, he's gonna get up, he's gonna be mad, or he's gonna bring a fight to me. I was a little nervous, and I wanted to kind of like show what I could do, but whatever. That's why I got the next fight. Um, with the other dude, I feel like I was able to show a little more, but good fight.
Facts.
And speaking of killer fights, I mean, Protestant, your fight with Compa G was straight fire. And, it was killer. So we had to use it in the edit. So before, we talk about the fight, how do you feel to know that your fight wearing that limited, cardio is key shirt merchandise made it on the official commercial that your fight's witnessing for everyone to see?
Man, I was very happy, man, that I was on there, representing, Sam K's, signature shirt and your company. I really appreciate it, and I'm grateful, man, to be on there representing you guys.
Hey, we appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm looking to get one of those jumpsuits, bro. I just kind of lagged it, and now summer's around, so I don't know if you got any summer jumpsuits, but
Ooh, I got a couple
I
things up
need
the sleeve.
something.
That's something to think about,
Yeah.
buddy.
I'll be rocking them,
Thank
warming up, right? Or warming up right there in the yard. Um, I don't know, man. It'll be cool. I will be down to promote some stuff for you.
I gotta make it happen. All right. You said it. You said it. It's gonna happen.
Heck yeah, man.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, so we had Weapon M on last week, and he gave us his side of the fight. Um, I want to get your take on that fight because that seemed to be yet another war, possibly fight of the day, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. Uh, he only had 2 fights, so I obviously do my homework with every fighter. I look at their fights, their tape, and both of his fights, um, you don't really see much of him. You don't really see much of his. I think they stopped the fight early on both of them, so I couldn't. I mean, I didn't have much to to study on. So um, to be honest, I underestimated him a lot. That was bad on my part. Um, and I kind of paid the price for it. Those during the 3 rounds.
Yeah, how so? For those who didn't see, because the video isn't out yet. So how would you describe that?
Um, so he was another high output puncher, man. And I came out with my game plan. I wanted to keep my distance. Uh, just work the mid-range, long-range jab in and out, slip, kind of staying light on my feet. And I did that for about maybe like 30 seconds. But then I noticed he started just throwing wild, throwing a whole bunch of punches, and I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna stand my ground, let him tire out, gas out. So, I just covered up, just right here, just taking shots. Um, I noticed that he didn't stop. They kept coming, they kept coming, they kept coming. So that kind of threw my, I forgot about my game plan, my mid-range to long distance counter, and I just fell into more like of a counter, high guard counter pressure. Um, and yeah, I was just catching punches and waiting for the counter, and I wasn't ready for that. I didn't prepare for that fight, that style of fight. So man, he was loose. You can tell he was loose with his punches. He was light on his punches. They weren't coming with any power, but because they were so light and he was just nice and loose, they kept coming and coming. He wasn't getting tired. And yeah, he has a great chin. He has a great chin. I was throwing a lot of power shots. I was landing clean, some clean uppercuts, hooks, and it didn't really phase him. That threw me off too. So, like I said, I mean, now we see what he's made of.
Yeah, yeah,
you know, and he did a good job, man. He did a good job staying in the fight. I can tell he was mentally strong, mentally prepared. He was ready for war.
yeah. And to your point, I can agree as well, bro. I underestimated him as well based off of the data presented. Uh, like you said, we only had so much to go off of,
Hmm.
and even more so, I'm there at those events that he fought at. So I'm judging based off of what I'm seeing live. I'm also judging, the costume situation, or maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm letting that affect my judgment, I should say. And you can't judge a book by its cover, you know. No matter how good you think you are, you can't judge a book by its cover, because
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
that verdict came at the end, and I took a deep breath. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that was me in there. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, great fight though, great fight. We can judge this, that, and the third, but as a fight, man, fight of the day.
I think so, man. We put on a good show, man. There was uh a lot of punches being thrown, so a lot of punches being landed. So it was an entertaining fight, that's for sure.
Mhm. The crowd was involved. You know what I mean? You got me screaming on one side. You had his sister on the other side screaming. You
Yeah,
know,
man,
it was
yeah, man, I can go back and I can just imagine that right now. I can hear all the voices. Yeah,
I can't wait
it
for the
was
video to
fun.
drop.
Yeah, I can't wait either, man. I gotta see where I went wrong, see what I did right, really
yeah.
study it.
Well, I don't think that, yeah, like Bolo, we were saying, Bolo's fight hasn't dropped yet. He had a killer one. And I was gonna ask, man, you've been doing some kickboxing, and we're trying to get some other style of matches. We got a lot of boxing at the scrapyard. If someone offered a Muay Thai match, think you might take something like that?
Me?
Yeah.
Definitely. Um, so the video did drop. They just so they did some weird thing where they kind of dropped it on the members only, but then they released it afterwards. So it's up, but yeah, I would love to do Muay Thai. I mean, that's usually what I do. That's why I was kind of a little bit disappointed. Yes, yeah, a little bit disappointed because I mean, shit, he came out doing a lot of Muay Thai shit. He was doing a lot of grabbing and sweeps and shit like that. And they were telling us we couldn't. I mean, if you watch the fight, I mean, you know it's up now, but if you watch it, there's like 4 or 5 different fouls where he grabs me or he sweeps me or shit. He even went for a knee to the head. Um, I'm fine with Muay Thai. Muay Thai is like my thing. I would rather do Muay Thai. Um, Not so much MMA. I mean, I feel like I have decent ground game, but if I go against somebody that really knows what they're doing, I feel like I might have a hard time. But at the same time, smaller gloves equals easier knockout. So I don't know. Maybe at some point, but I got to work on that ground game first before I try to switch it up that much.
Absolutely.
I was interested in knowing, how did you find out about the scrapyard, and then how did you find out, and then how did you actually get involved?
So funny story is during COVID, pretty much I ran a music studio, a recording studio. Pretty much I had a bunch of free time at night, or the days that I did have free time, I didn't really have much going on. I used to just get high and watch Streetbeefs for hours on end. So I think it's hilarious that I actually fought because what is that, 6, 7 years later, I'm actually finally doing it. Um, how I actually got started is I don't know if you saw Sun Tavo. He had a fight. I boxed him a super long time ago. His first fight was my second fight last month. But he had told me about Columbia River Jiu Jitsu, who told me to come through and spar because I used to spar him every now and then. I met him through music. And from there, I ended up meeting Nate and I ended up meeting Chef. And Chef told me he had all these fights with Streetbeefs. And I'm like, a little intimidated. And then I went with Nate a few times, sparred with him a couple times, and he kind of sprung it on me a month ahead. He was like, "Hey man, you want to take a fight?" Honestly, I felt a little pressure because I felt like people were watching me, so I said, "Fuck it, yeah, I'll do it, whatever." Didn't know if I really wanted to do it, but I gave my word. So um, from that point forward, I kind of just, I guess, geared my training towards that. Definitely was a good experience because I mean I've been in the gym. Just never took a fight officially, so that's how I pretty much got started over here in Street Beast. Didn't know it was this deep either. I didn't know you guys had a whole community. Like I said, all I saw was a bunch of fights. I didn't know you had a lot going on. This is dope.
Yeah, man. The OG Yard started back in what, '09,
Yeah,
in Virginia, and then you got Scrapyard, you got Street Beefs West Coast, you got Street Beef Dirty South.
man.
So yeah, we deep out here.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I think yeah, peer pressure is a motherfucker for real. I mean, I was watching fights with like Baby Hulk and Italian Mike Tyson, shit like that. Whoever at that time, but I heard he got arrested or some shit. But yeah, that's who I was watching when I was watching.
Yeah, he's out. He got arrested. He got out, had a few fights, and then I think he got banned again.
Damn.
But
Yeah, that's what's up though.
But I don't, man. You might have to make your way to the West Coast at some point too, because they got a lot of other fighters that do Muay Thai. They do the karate combat too, everything else. So I mean,
Yeah, that'd be dope. We gotta do an invasion, man. I've been seeing and hearing that the West Coast be beefing with us, man. We gotta go down there, lay the smackdown.
It's individuals having issues with individuals. It ain't
Okay.
it ain't West Coast versus Scrapyard like that.
All right.
we just
Um,
gonna go down represent. We have a have a friendly fade barbecue afterwards. Get some
Hell
food,
yeah.
some tacos, have a good time.
hey,
Definitely.
but an invasion is necessary. That is necessary. We want to see it. You know what I'm saying? The views would be crazy. The fights would be crazy. But y'all got to bring the right squad, bro. Cause y'all just went to the OG yard, and yeah, we know how that went. We know how that went.
Man.
Hold on, but can I just say that Crazy Legs and why am I spacing on his name fight?
Wing C.
Yeah, man, the way he was moving, oh my goodness. I thought I was watching a video game character. I was like, hold on. This is
Yeah, I
like some
saw that.
Soul Calibur with Tekken with a little bit of some of this and some of that. I was like, what the heck?
Crazy
So
could have had that fight, but Crazy chose to fight with a gash over his eye.
Jeez.
From a fight that he had the week prior. So I
yeah,
get it.
that
You're
was
going out there. You don't want to not fight, but you're setting yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that. I was watching. That's the fight I went to for Crazy, and yeah, when his opponent threw one and gashed him open. Oh man, it was a killer fight. But yeah,
All right. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
but I mean, we're not focused on y'all. Y'all the ones here. Y'all the ones here, man. And I mean, we were talking about how on the anniversary event, Protestant, you're gonna be looking to get that title fight, right?
Yeah, they have something lined up against El Coyote. So I
I was
mean,
gonna
I don't want to wait that long, man. I want to do it like next month, get it over with, you know. But yeah, I'm excited for that one.
It
absolutely.
would, oh,
I'm
go ahead,
sorry,
buddy.
Mo.
No, go
I
ahead,
was just
buddy.
gonna ask if you were curious, for after a certain point, if we're gonna see you kind of branch outside of the street beefs with so many different avenues and so many paths that there could be going, and with the hands that you have, I mean, they're
Yeah.
almost certified lethal.
Yeah, man, I keep telling myself this year I'm gonna go pro, this year I'm gonna go pro, this year I want to go pro, but it just it doesn't happen, man. Um, again, I was look I want to I'm not getting any younger, so if I want to I want to pursue this professional path, I got to do it now. And I was looking into the Vargas gym. They opened up a new gym, the Vargas brothers. Um, they're not too far from me, so I might give that a shot. That's what I'm looking at right now. But what I look like about Street Beefs is, I'm always guaranteed a fight here. What's cool about Street Beefs, bro, is that you can stay active year round, baby. You know, there's no excuse, man. If you want to fight, there's always somewhere we can fight. And Street Beefs always offers that. So if you're a fighter, man, you know, uh, look into Street Beefs, man. It's a great community, and yeah, man. I think a lot of fighters will enjoy it.
That's what's up, bro. I wanted to, knowing personally, your skill level at this boxing game. I wanted to get your opinion on Canelo Crawford.
Uh, Canelo Crawford. Man, that's so. To be honest, Crawford has the skills, has the feet work. Um, he has the heart. He even might have the chin, to beat Canelo. Now, the only thing though is you got to remember that um, You know, he's got what 20 pounds on him. Canelo's got 20 pounds on him. Uh, Canelo also has a great chin. And you got to remember that the refs, the crowd, probably even the promotion, they're all going to be on Canelo's side. They're going to take Canelo's side. So if Crawford wants to win, man, he's got to not only outbox Canelo, but he's got to hurt him. And it's got to be the full 12 rounds. He's got to win. He's got to win in a way where it's like where you almost see Canelo hurt, you know? Because Canelo's just gonna keep walking forward, catching shots, moving, throwing those heavy punches. And if he does that the whole time and Crawford doesn't really push Canelo back on his feet, I think they're just if it goes to a decision, it's gonna go to Canelo. So Crawford, he has to it has to be 110. He has to win every round, man, and he has to win it in a way where it's like, damn, Canelo looks like a beginner in there. You know, he's got to outbox him, outpower him. He's got to do it all. So, can he do that? I think he can. I think he can. I think he's a better boxer than Canelo, to be honest. You know, it's just again, Canelo's comfortable at this weight. He has the power. He's you know, I don't think it's gonna really affect Crawford's punching isn't really gonna affect Canelo as much, you know. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a good fight now, and I do believe that Crawford can beat him. Being a Canelo fan,
Right.
yeah,
Hey, that's a fire assessment. And I agree. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. It's just it's Crawford's gotta. It's gonna be you should send him one of your shirts, bro. Cardio is key because he's gonna need it. He's gonna need it on that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But like you said, I could see it happening. Both of these guys, what they did like a face to face, at the fights last week or the week before, and
Yeah.
they looked roughly the same size. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and Crawford knows how to punch. Canelo does have the power advantage, but we'll see. You know what I mean? It's gonna be
Yeah.
fireworks.
It is, man. Yeah. Can't wait for that one.
I said, Bolo, you go check that fight out too?
I'll probably watch it, but I don't really watch boxing too much, to be honest.
Fair enough.
What you watching? If you're watching fights, what you watching? Who you watching?
Mainly UFC. I watch a little ONE FC every now and then. I like how they do like the kickboxing or Muay Thai with the MMA gloves. That shit is dope to me.
Yeah. Who you like? Like any influences? Anybody
Especially
stand
the
out?
style, you know.
I mean, I like Jonathan Haggerty. What's bro's name? What's the little Rod Tang. Rod Tang's cold. I like watching their fights a lot. I like watching Rod Tang because he's kind of shorter, so I like to try to like steal some of his techniques. Being a shorter fighter myself, pretty much every UFC fighter you can think of that's short, I watch.
You got to.
Just trying to see what I can steal.
No, plus I feel like you gotta really. We had one gentleman. He's called like the Beautiful Monster MMA. I know he's going back to the UFC. He was doing BKFC for a while, but he's real stocky. He's a little shorter too. But yeah, I've seen some of his ones where he goes, gets the guy, gets him on a double leg, pulls him up, and damn, like damn.
Jeez. Yeah, man. I wish I could do that. I gotta, like I said, start working on this grappling a little more. Stop being lazy.
You prefer to strike, stand and bang?
I mean, I prefer to strike now. Yeah, I actually started as a wrestler. That's actually how I started fighting. I mean, as a kid, my dad used to teach me how to box, but like high school, I wrestled, and then when I actually became an adult, I did a little bit of wrestling and a little bit of BJJ. But I only did BJJ for like a month until the instructor convinced me to do striking, and then I started striking and never really got on the mat again. So that's pretty much how that happened.
And he's like, I can see you knocking someone out. Knock him out.
Oh, man, bro, it's a different feeling knocking somebody out, bro. I want a body shot knockout. That's what I want. If I can get anything at the scrapyard, it would just be a body shot knockout. Something beautiful about that.
You got to talk to the Protestant right here. He's
Yeah.
handing those out, the holy uppercuts all day.
Yeah, I gotta start working those. Because you can easily hit somebody in the head and shut them off. Like that's just a body response. But to hit somebody in the body and make them quit, that's a little better to me. I want to make them quit.
Yeah, I know you're hurt.
For real.
You gotta watch him struggle to get up. I was gonna say the one pro that I kind of was like I felt bad for, but he got a taste of his own medicine was Ryan Garcia, because he was ending people with those body shots, and then to get ended twice in a row, like it's like man,
for real. And then watching the delay is like, oh yeah, you know that shit hurt, bro.
Oh yeah,
You know that hurt.
that pride and that ego hurting right there.
For real, shut them down.
So that brings me to a good question for both of you. If we had a signature technique, what would it be? Realistic.
Well, what do you mean by signature technique?
For instance, like your holy uppercuts. You know, what would be your, what would be the one, the special?
Oh yeah, for me, man, I think it would be that. Set him up with the jab and just come straight down the middle with the uppercut or to the body. I think it's super effective because your opponent might think a right is coming, a hook is coming, but it's actually it's sneaking right underneath, man, the guard, right up into the chin, or it's instead of going up, it's coming down to the stomach. So the opponent really has to think about what's being thrown. And most of the time, man, the uppercuts land if you throw them right. Super effective.
Saw him in your fight with Compa G. I mean, he's a beast, and some of the ways you snuck some of those right through, I was like, oh.
Yeah, man, it's Compa G was. I can feel it. I felt the weight difference though, man. I think he had like 20 pounds on me, and damn, I can tell, man. I was hitting a big old rock, man. It felt like it's a big old heavy bag. But I had to break. I was just breaking him down, not throwing too hard. It's nice and easy. And eventually, I broke him down.
Yeah, that was a hell of a fight to witness, because Compa G, being champion in his weight class, and a hell of a boxer, tough, has a great technique. You went in there and like a technician, man. Like you said, you broke him down. Crazy to see. And Bolo, if you had a signature attack, signature technique, what we looking like?
I would say my kicks, leg kicks mainly.
Leg kicks.
I'm throwing leg kicks. I know how to get them in there quick and hard. So.
Specifically calf or thigh? What we looking like?
I like to hit above the right above the knee, right on the thigh, right there.
Ooh.
Like to dig that in, because you can land that from close.
Yeah.
Good for me, it's a little too risky to go for the calf kick, because if you're going against somebody who knows what they're doing, they just turn that foot and now your shit is snapped in half. So I got a lot of techniques, man. I just can't wait for the next fight to show you, man. I just been too nervous to get off what I need to get off, but I think I'll be a lot more comfortable. A lot of things that you wouldn't expect me to be able to hit.
I can't wait to see some of this. And I'm actually gonna ask some of both you guys as your training styles outside of your gym or when you get your sparring in. Do you prefer to do a little bit more cardio? Do you try to do a little more strength? Do you stretch extra to make sure that your flexibility is out there and you're staying loose without damaging anything, or do you just kind of do all your training while you're at the gym? For both of y'all, I'll go first. Olo?
Go ahead, man.
Me first?
Go ahead, Bolo.
You said me first?
Yeah.
You said who first? My bad.
Go ahead, Bolo.
When I'm getting ready for a camp or something, I'm usually trying to stay away from resistance training because I don't want to be too sore. So if I do anything, I'm gonna lift maybe like once a week, something like that. Other than that, it's just gonna be like high intensity cardio on days that I'm training, along with like sparring and things like that.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, man. For me, I just basically I do some light stretching in the morning. I have some time at work. I do my light stretching, and other than that, just body workouts, body weight workouts, and cardio. That's pretty much it. Soccer. I play soccer as well, so that helps me out with my sprinting.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
That's on another level cardio. I play soccer, but I had to be defender because I can't run nonstop like that.
Yeah, man. Good 90 minutes of running, bro.
30 minutes
So,
of running. Are you going for time or distance?
no, it's a 90 minutes of running. It's two halves of 40 minutes. And it's more of a like short bursts. So, you short burst, recover, burst, recover. It's kind of like it mimics a fight actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Now I'm curious because sorry, we're about to say something, Sam?
No, go ahead.
But curious because you both mentioned cardio, and these are giving really great answers. And I talked about recovery. One of the things that people use for recovery, or even just to keep themselves straight, is the use of smoking some weed, edibles, CBD oil. And with both of you having cardio as a main part of your answers, I was kind of curious to see where you felt in that stance. Because some people feel it doesn't matter, whereas other people feel like it kind of does, and they're kind of like, oh, I don't smoke, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's up to the individual to be honest. Uh, I personally don't smoke. I've tried it, and damn, it just throws me off, man. I guess I'm not used to it, Uh, I just basically just, um, as a Christian, as a believer, I just stay in the Word and go to church and really meditate on things that are everlasting. Things that uh that really satisfy the soul, since we're eternal creatures. Uh, the only thing that really satisfies us is something else that's eternal. And that's kind of what keeps, and obviously that's the eternal life that we have through Christ. And that's basically what keeps me, mentally just ready and prepared, yeah, to fight.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I'm not really a smoker. I smoke at night. That's about it. I don't like to smoke while I train. I'll get paranoid or something, hit the wrong person, feel like people watching me. I can't smoke. I don't like to smoke before I go do anything athletic, bro. That's not, absolutely not. But yeah, every now and then. But I like to keep my mind clear, especially when it comes to like trying to sleep and do recovery. Because I heard that sleeping can like impair your REM sleep. So I feel like all that sleep, especially when you're training hard, is kind of important. So I try to minimize it.
That's what's up, y'all.
I like that.
Ricks coming in at the end of the show. What up, bro? We miss you.
Man, see, we're having these dual questions. We're having lots of fun, right? And we've talked about a couple of things. We talked about your special move, talked about your stance. But now, as Samka is drinking that drink, is that a bang? Because I think we got to get, if you could be sponsored by any person or anything, who you would be sponsored by. No. Oh, G Fuel. He's a straight G. But
Sponsorships, guys.
Oh, sponsorships?
If I could be sponsored by anybody, that's a hard question.
Yeah,
I mean,
man, that is hard.
think of some brands you like or some things that you use that would be helpful.
Hennessy
What
and
could be
Blue
free?
Chew.
Say it again.
I say Hennessy and Blue Chew.
Hey, that second one is very possible.
So I hear, man. It seems like every podcast is sponsored by Blue Chew.
Bruh,
Right.
shout out Blue Chew. Fuck with it.
Yeah, man, I really haven't thought about that one. To be honest, I have no idea, man. I'm sorry. I have no idea.
What about you
I
guys?
mean,
Oh, I always said Puma. If I could get sponsored by Puma,
nice.
that'd be dope.
Cool.
I don't know. I've never given crazy that because I got my brand. I sponsor myself. I'm playing.
Flex,
yeah.
quick flex.
Right. We get little flings on that, you know. No, if I really was to get sponsored by somebody, I'd have to say probably Nike, but I specifically want to be sponsored by the Air Max brand because I don't know why, but I love Air Maxes. Something about the Air Maxes. I love the way they fit. I love the way they feel. I could use them for an outfit. I can run in them. I mean, if worst case scenario, I gotta stomp somebody, it's gonna cushion my heel. So I mean, I'm good, you know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I need a food spot, but I can't figure out what spot. But I need it would be Puma, but it would also be the food spot. So I got to figure out like where am I getting free food from the most?
Ooh.
It's good.
You know, Taco Tuesday. What's got some of the best ones?
Yeah, but see, all the good taco spots are like local, hole in the wall type. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna be sponsored, we getting sponsored for some money. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
Let me see. That's something to think about. What you got, buddy?
Oh, for food?
Yeah.
Ooh, see, that's a tough one right there because I feel like I'd have to go with something big, but kind of plain like Red Lobster. Get all my seafood, get my crab legs on.
They going bankrupt though. Aren't they closing?
Dang. Well, I guess I gotta enjoy it while I can because that's gonna be a short-lived sponsorship.
I could have sworn they're getting they were getting shut down.
Oh, damn. Shit, I didn't know that. Oops. But I was gonna say, speaking of food, I mean, what's some good recovery meals you guys got too? I mean, we got to know how you guys recover all the time. I mean, you guys seem real disciplined and everything else, taking this fight game to the next level.
Not too disciplined, bro. I'm heavy right now, but cherry juice, beet juice. That's the go-to. Cherry juice is good for muscle recovery, like soreness, things like that. Just trying to keep the inflammation low, man. Like lower carbs. I know you're supposed to eat carbs for recovery, but I don't know. Having a good base level of like inflammation is, I feel like, a little better. So I mean, to each their own.
That's good advice. Protestant, what recovery meal?
Sorry, what was it? Salmon, some fish, salmon, and broccoli. Just
Okay.
like a whole bunch of protein, protein packed meal. And I tried the ice baths, but after the one time I tried it, man, I'm not doing that again. I don't know if I will only do that if I'm like full-time professional fighter. But other than that, man, I can't bear that anymore. That's crazy, bro. I don't know if you
How
guys
long
tried
did
it
you do
before,
it?
but I did it for like 10 or 15 minutes. So yeah, with me and Bloody Raps, my brother.
Ooh,
No, thank you. I've seen the ones where they have the cryogenic style chambers where you get put in your neck and they put gloves on and blast you with all the
I've
nitrogen or
done that.
whatever.
I've done that, but that's a real short. You're only in there for like 3 minutes or less. You're not in there that long, unless you choose to, go longer. But 10, 15 minutes in the bath. Whew.
Yeah.
What did you feel any recovery effects? Did you feel rejuvenated? What was the result?
Uh, it's been a while since it was a long time ago, but I mean, I did feel more like my body was just numb. Like it numbs, it kind of numbs your muscles, so I think it helped, with the recovery. I can't really tell because I just did it one time, I
Right.
feel like if I was to be consistent with it, then I'll be able to give you a better answer. But I mean, after that first time, I mean, I did feel a little better, you know. I guess I gotta be more consistent with it, and I'm sure it helps since all the pros do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm good off the ice bath, you know.
Yeah, I'll do like the cold and hot showers. I'll switch between the two. But I don't do the ice bath either. Now the cryo room, when I was at my gym, I used to do the cryo room after workouts before going home, and that was that was good recovery for the night. You know, like you're not going home as sore as you would normally feel. You know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
When Bolo said juice and I had to grab it because I actually had it close, was that Ninja Juicer. That's the brand I'd recommend for if anyone wants to get them. Good quality. You get a good decent amount. This is like 100 something. I didn't buy the industrial size, but if you want to spend like $600 or more, $500 or more, you could get the ones where you don't have to cut anything. You just literally take everything as a whole and just blop, 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 and it does everything for you. But yeah, I don't got that kind of money, so I got to prepare my fruit and veggies.
What you drinking?
All kind of like you said with beet juice. Yeah, if I cook beets, it's but if I juice them, it's nice. And then I'll mix it with pineapple, watermelon, and then from there I usually add my carrots. On occasion, I'll switch in between ginger or turmeric root, one of the two. And incorporate a lot of the cucumber, celery, and then spinach is like the only greens I usually use. All the other greens taste weird with the juicer, so.
Yeah, that's good though.
Heck yeah. But man, I don't know. Too much craziness. When I go on the juice diet, I lose like 10 pounds. Inflammation's down. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling nice and lean, like a fighting machine. I'm coming back this month, so you guys are gonna see me back in the cage too. Yeah. And
hell yeah.
if you're if you're there Friday, if everything works out, I will be traveling down to the Columbia River Jiu Jitsu to get a training session on Friday.
Oh hell yeah. I'll be there, bro. Most definitely. Bring your helmet, bro. I'm gonna be throwing them head kicks.
He's
Dang.
been forewarned.
Right, I'm coming out extra prepared.
That's what's up, bro.
We doing MMA this month, or are we doing boxing? What we doing?
Full MMA. Drop down to 135 and rock around like 140, 138. But yeah, full MMA. I'm gonna be ready. I've been training hard, running, make sure my cardio's there. We're getting some sparring in with a couple people. I got to spar a fire chicken one of the times too. That was fun. And I'm feeling as prepared, kind of prepared, but nervous as shit because it's been a while for MMA. So, and it's on my birthday too. So I'm like, man, I can't. No matter what, I gotta go up and show out. No matter what happens, I gotta show out.
Hell yeah.
Get your sparring in. Get all those nerves out the way through sparring. Give yourself some time to rest the week of the fight, but you need to spar. You need to get all those nerves and all that out the way.
Yeah.
Be ready for it. It's coming.
That'll be dope, man. Looking forward
And
to
Got
it.
it.
thank you. Before I end up having to be this bad guy on the show where it happens, I was curious with both of you being incredible fighters and having seen grown in different levels. What is some advice you would give to an up and coming fighter right now, kind of dipping their toes into the game? Because Street Beefs, I've seen a lot of posts on multiple branches talking about 17 and fresh 18-year-olds talking about how they want to get into it. They don't know where to start. So, I mean, what kind of information would you all have?
I mean, I would say just jump in, baby. Jump in head first.
Shit. I would say
If
just
you,
oh, you done? Oh, all
oh,
right.
sorry, yeah. If you really want to know if you're a fighter, if you know, I mean, it's gonna, you're gonna. I feel like you either have it in you or you don't. And after getting punched and after getting beat up on, um, that's when you know if you're gonna want to continue or not.
Shit, I would
Yeah.
say two things. I would say have fun first and foremost. Because a lot of people will come into it, and if you see it as, I mean, you can see it as combat, you can see it as that, but the way I look at fighting is like playing. I'm playing. Yeah, there's pain with the playing. It's like football. You can get your head knocked off playing football too, but as long as you stay calm, and just apply the pressure when you need to apply it, then do so. Just don't take it too serious. I mean, it is life or death, but bro, as long as you got the confidence and you stay calm, then you'll be able to keep yourself in good situations. When I fight, generally, I'm like my main goal is just to stay calm, and then also I would say if you're fighting, don't just dip your toe into it. You got to be obsessed, man. Just think about whatever your passion is and apply the same amount of passion to that shit as well. Like sun up to sundown, you got to be thinking about this, like figuring out like what do you like to do, like just everything. The way I see fighting, I see it as like playing a video game and creating a character. All right, if I created a character, what kind of moves would I want to do? What would my stance want to be? Yada, and then build my fight game off of that. So.
Like that.
So, since you guys gave that clear advice, now I could be the bad guy and say we have to start wrapping the show up a little bit. But because we're in different time zones, we're having too much fun and whatnot. Oh, heck yeah, Blue. Yeah, let's get some work in. But we're all gonna say, Sam K. I don't know, did you have any final questions for our guests before we start getting plugins and shout outs and anything else?
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Final question for Bolo. How did we create our name, our fight name? And then final question for Protestant. Dang, I just had a brain for it. I had it. Question for Protestant. What is your current record?
So, I came up with my fight name, Bolo, from like the old Chinese movies, like Bolo Young, the dude that used to fight Bruce Lee, blood sport, shit like that. And honestly, I picked Bolo because I do music and I didn't want to get knocked out and then everybody knows, like, because I'm low key, like, my music is low key popping, like, in my city. I just don't tell nobody. But that's why I came up with the name Bolo. I just didn't want to use my stage name and get knocked out and everybody mean me. But at this point, I don't care if I get knocked out. I'll beat up anybody out here.
So that was actually a fake question. The real question is, Bolo, can we get a verse real quick?
Oh, you want one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Niggas said they coming from my spot, thinking that we on the same level, but we not. Maybe I'm so up right now that even if a nigga fell off, I'll land on the top, getting hands on the guac like a beret. Some bads never stop. I just get paid. Your man's never talk. Getting D on some bad little thoughts. I can't tell if she's a fan or op. Hella paranoid, like I'm in the van with the cops. He was in, now he out. I think your man's is a cop. Numbers going up like the hands on the clock. Niggas down bad. I'm just glad that I'm not. I ain't popping out unless his ass in the spot. Leaving with a baddie in the passenger side. She ain't want to wait till we back to the spot. Now I'm pulling down my pants like I'm glad she a thought.
Okay. Slick with it. Okay, and Protestant, what's your record?
It's 6-0 now. No.
Okay, so
Yeah, 6-0.
So the real question, that was a fake question. The real question is, because you're now gonna be going for your 7th fight. It takes 10
Yeah.
fights to reach the Hall of Fame. The real
Oh,
question
cool.
is, will we see Protstant reach the Hall of Fame? And when will we, if we do?
It's gonna be. I'm gonna keep fighting, man, to the end of the year. So,
This year?
hopefully this year, man. I know that you got one in the Mays. I can't make the Arizona ones, but whenever they're here at the Smoke Ranch, I'll probably be there more than likely. So, yeah, man, that would be awesome. Being a veteran, Streetbeefs, representing the Protestants. Heck yeah, bro.
Hey,
Praise
it's a
God,
hell of
bro.
a journey. And you've been doing it, man, in a short amount
Yeah,
of time. So
heck yeah.
It's like that song I put on for my city. I put on. Yeah.
well,
But
shoot, man. We appreciate you guys' time. If you guys want to give out any shout outs, any plugins, any socials, now's the time.
I want to shout out Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu. Shout out my trainer, Nate. Shout out my little brother, Jalen. He just started training, so he might be coming up to the scrapyard here pretty soon.
Okay.
Shout out to my main sparring partner, Chef, because me and him be throwing down. And then shout out, my page is RG dot the letter N FRINDS on Instagram, or you just look up AKA Bolo on IG and I'm there.
heck yeah.
Yeah, man. I just want to shout out to all the Christian brothers and sisters out there. We're in this journey in this world. We're pilgrims. Um, and just remember that we're in the city of destruction, and we're in you stay on that straight and narrow path. That straight and narrow path is difficult. It's not easy, but it leads to eternal life. And the devil's gonna show you that broad and wide gate, those paths that are easy to walk through, no restrictions. Uh, just don't take that way, because that way will lead you to destruction. Just remember that, Christians. And so words of encouragement. We will one day resurrect after we die. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be next week. But just know and be encouraged that if you believe in Jesus Christ for the forgiveness of your sins, you will resurrect and have eternal life. Yeah.
We appreciate it, brother. Both of you guys, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Hey. Sorry for the delayed response, y'all. I had to mute my stuff. I had a little background thing for a minute, so you saw my camera shaking. But man, that was a killer show. Man, what the heck? Bolo and the Protestant. Bam, both whooping ass, and I didn't.
Yeah, man. It's another great one in the books, bro.
And even though we normally have these fun segments for you, we got to keep you guys on your toes. So this week, we decided we think we might just skip them because you guys are getting comfy again. We got to keep you on your toes, you know.
We
go around fun
we still got the commercial though, huh? Can we run the commercial?
for the commercial.
Zuel, lifestyle wear for the fighter in you. A movement to show that by utilizing hard work, grit, and determination, you could achieve any dream as long as you were willing to put in the hard work. Buddy V creates his refusing to allow limits to hold you back. When you hit that wall, you could either let it stop you or you could break through. Somke speaks from experience when he says cardio is key, cardio is key, cardio is key. And over here at Zuel, we embody our motto, hard work, grit, and determination. Go get your cardio is key shirt today.
Yo. Where can they get that?
Hit that zwellworld.com. You know, to go check it out. And there's about to be even more stuff uploaded here soon. Even though I did the whole spring release before summer, I'm going to add 1 or 2 sprinkles here and there. So you got to keep your eyes peeled. But I don't know, Sam K. Is it about that time?
It's about that time, man. It's about that time. Unfortunately, we don't have our segments for this week, but I do have a quick little preview of what's coming next week. I won't say exactly who our guests are, but I will say things have been brewing in the West Coast all month long. It's been brewing. We know what took place at the OG Yard. That happened. That came and went. But right now, what's going on in Streetbeefs is going on in the West Coast. For those who don't know what's going on, check out Heart in the Fight. Both videos that were dropped this past week on Heart in the Fight will let you know what's going on and who our guests are next week. First and foremost, I want to say shout out and thanks to our guest this week. Protstant, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your time and your words of encouragement. Bolo, we appreciate you. It's good meeting you and getting to know you. Everyone watching, go check out their fights. They have some great fights out there. And, we're all about support. Shout out to Buddy V, greatest co-host. Shout out to Jay, best producer in the world. We do this every week. Shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Once again, shout out to Heart in the Fight. Also, major shout out to zwellworld.com. You see it, zwellworld.com. That's where you can get your merch. You just saw the Cardio is Key commercial. Shout out to Buddy V once more. Fire commercial, fire edit. Shout out to the OG Yard, Scrapyard, West Coast, 30 South. We do this for y'all. And that's pretty much it for me, man.
Heck yeah, shout out to zwellworld.com. You want to check out that fun stuff. It's been growing. All sorts of extra tabs. Zwell_Buddy V. The Instagram's been having all sorts of fun updates every single day. I've been standing up. You see stuff. We've been seeing collaborations with people from the West Coast, people from the Scrapyard, people from other stuff. You might even see some BKFC fighters coming up on there. You don't know, but you got to find out by either tuning in here or go to the Instagram. And just show some love to the Facebook, too. That's been growing like crazy. Whether you buy something, share, like, support, we appreciate all of it. Thank you very much. And, we're coming out and you're going to see us at a whole different level. People talk about leveling up fighting. We're leveling up MMA underground. Oh, so thank you, Samke. Couldn't kill it without you. Jay, super smooth every single week as warm butter on toast. And thank you all for tuning in. We wouldn't even have a show without any of you. So in Jay's famous words, as we always end it, one world, one love, deuces.
All right.